Amen. Say man. Sermon 2 Real in the cut on the mic, and today we're going to be discussing are the Kobe 8 what does. Well, actually I've already did a Kobe 8 what the seller hold. Pretty much a shock drop today on the sneakers app, which was pretty unexpected. I was not expecting to do this, but I'm going to be letting y'all know the stock numbers of what's today. So if you hit, let me know in the comments down below if you hit these. I actually hit a size 10.5, which is actually pretty good, but they dropped a good amount of stock. I'm going to pop it on the screen for y'all. Actually right now they dropped 18,540 pairs to be exact. As y'all see, my size that I hit 10.5, they dropped 2,200 pairs, and then like a size like 12.5, which is actually my personal size, they dropped 500 pairs. So actually a good amount of, they dropped actually a solid amount of pairs. So we're gonna be going over market and stuff like that, and I'm actually glad they made these Kobe 8s. They came back out with these Kobe 8s. I like them being exclusive, so they were pretty exclusive. I think they initially came out with like 30K-ish stock, so see, it looks like they dropped about 50K pairs about, you know what I'm saying? So they dropped a good amount of pairs for these, especially like, like letting there still be demand, like, so like people are still like having a little bit of a hard time getting them, but then also they dropped in like retailers. So if you live in like a big city like Los Angeles or New York, you probably had no problem getting these at like a Foot Locker and stuff, but they don't just drop these type of Kobe's at like every single Foot Locker. They only do it at like select Foot Lockers in like the bigger cities, you know what I'm saying? Because they know that they're gonna sell out at those cities, but you know what I'm saying, like they dropped it like every city, they be sitting in areas because it's kind of like in different countries, different shoes sell, some don't. Like for example, like I think the Nigel 4s or the, what were they? So one of these like hot shoes that just came out recently were literally sitting, the Jordan 4 SB Navies were apparently sitting in like Asia or somewhere. So like Asia, I don't know what be going on with China or Asia. They don't be rocking with the same stuff that the US rocks with. So you know what I'm saying, for example, if the Jordan 4 SB Navies dropped here, they're gonna sell out like that. But in other countries, same thing like with these Kobe 8s, you know what I'm saying, like other models like that, they dropped in like a country town, they're not gonna sell out, you know what I'm saying? So y'all get what I'm saying. But anyways, looking at market right now, I'm popping on the screen. The size I hit 10.5 is going for $240, which is actually really cheap for this pair of Kobe's, but if you get express ship, it's $316. The last sale was $240. There was another sale for like $260, so that was probably the highest sale recently. There's been a lot of back to what I was saying, there's been a lot of sales today, so it looks like people did miss out on these because they dropped at 11 a.m. So they actually initially came out with the Kobe 9 High what does, which those aren't going for that much money. I didn't go with them. I didn't go for them. I would have liked to get those for the, not for the personal, because I don't really hoop inside no more. If I hoop for a team, I already made a video kind of just going over this. I would definitely picked up those Kobe 9 Highs because those are a freaking like classic for me. Like those are an OG like sneaker for me. Like those remind me like the 2015, 2016 like basketball, like Nike day, you know what I'm saying? Everyone knows about how Nike basketball had like the shoe game unlocked for like 2013 to like 2016, like pretty much. So you know what I'm saying, like yeah, Kobe's were going crazy around then, and Kobe was still alive. It wasn't just because like a lot of like most of the time, like for example Kobe's, they sell out and they go for a lot more bread nowadays just because Kobe passed, which is unfortunate. Back then, I'm not gonna say Kobe's were accessible, but I remember I picked up like I remember I would go to like a Champs and I would get like the Kobe 10 All-Stars. If you know what the Kobe 10 All-Stars are, like they just dropped the Kobe 6 All-Stars and those are flipping for like $350 in a size 12, and other sizes like $300, and they're like consistently selling for that high price. For example, I was able to walk into a Foot Locker in like 2014, 2015, and the Kobe 10 All-Stars, which is another All-Star. It's actually pretty similar. It's actually different, but they're the same All-Star. Hold on. Back in what I was saying, the Kobe 9 Highs dropped this morning though, pretty much, and they're really clean. I really like that pair. You know what I'm saying? They've been going crazy with the what does. They dropped the Kobe 8 what does, and I remember when the Kobe 8 what does first popped up on the sneakers app, it reminded me of these Kobe 9 High what does, and it's crazy how they literally came out these two the same year. You know what I'm saying? Same year, literally. That's dope. They dropped two Kobe what does back to back. Like I don't know what's going on with Nike this year, 2025, but they're dropping heat, so it's a good time to be a sneakerhead, or really just like into sneakers right now, honestly. So yeah, it's honestly a good time. So yeah, stay tuned for more fire videos. Drop a like, drop a sub, hit the notification bell. I'm looking at market though, and the Kobe 9 High what does, I saw them sitting in like sizes like 10 and down. So if you were like a size 10 and down, you could easily pick this up for retail. It looks like they're going for pretty much retail though on the aftermarket. I don't think retail was $300. It says it was on StockX, but I think retail was like $240. Like $240, I'm pretty sure. So right now they're going for pretty much that. If you were like a size 12.5, like my personal size, then you have to pay up a little bit, but size 12, 215, like all sizes like under retail pretty much. So if you want these, you can get them for cheap, which is honestly sad. Like this shoe's not getting the respect it deserves just because it's not very wearable, and it's just like a strictly hooper shoe. You know what I'm saying? No one's wearing these on the daily. This is a strict hooper shoe. So yeah, if you hoop, I guess not many hoopers are going crazy for these. I guess I don't even know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're eating them up at the retail. But I guess there's just not really too much demand because it's just strictly hoopers, not really any casuals are wearing them, like casual people who are just gonna wear them on the casual. I'm looking at these other what the Kobe's, the Kobe 10 high what does. It's crazy. There's been different, like, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of Kobe 10, like I said, I had the Kobe 10 All-Stars, which those go for some bread nowadays, especially if they're brand new, like a size 12, for example. If you had the let's say you have a Kobe 10 All-Star. Let's say I held it. Let's say I had like a DS pair of Kobe 10 All-Stars. Right now, last sale was $700, so pretty insane. There's been crazy sales in those, and I don't know, they came out like 2015, so yeah. Literally, I picked those up in a Foot Locker or Champs, like in the mall. So that just shows you like how Kobe's used to kind of like sit, you know what I'm saying? So pretty cool, but pretty interesting how stuff changes. But anyways, also I kind of wanted to get into how the Lil Yachty Air Forces are coming out tomorrow. So I was gonna strictly talk about the Kobe 8 what does and the Kobe 9 what does in this video, but I kind of want to creep into this. The Lucky Green Lil Yachty Air Forces are coming out tomorrow, and these are retailing for $130. Right now they're reselling for around $200 to $230 on the aftermarket, like StockX and stuff. I entered up a raffle for Kith, so I'm actually pretty interested to see these. I saw some like a YouTuber get these early. He got taxed, like he paid wax, and it's kind of crazy. They went down hell. I knew that was gonna happen. Like I mean, I guess it's good for the reseller, but the resellers be waxing these celebrity, like not celebrity, but like, you know, people who have like a little bit of, you know, followers and like who are interested in this type of stuff. They be waxing them, and then they come out and they'll be like $200, and they sold it to them for like $650. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty funny. But I guess good for the reseller, made that money. But then again, it's kind of like, you know, you gotta be more smart, man. Like, you know, you gotta wait, be patient with these releases. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty nice pair. I like the green on them, but I'm not the biggest fan of the yellow. Not the biggest fan of the yellow, but the red goes kind of hard. The green and the yellow, I mean the green and red goes pretty hard, kind of like Christmas type colors. So I just like how green and red looks. Just like one of my top three favorite colors for sure. Green and red is up there, and then blue probably. Yellow kind of throws it off a little bit. That has that Concrete Boys logo on the back. I remember Lil Yachty got like he got kind of hot at Complex Con or something like that, because someone like pressed him or said like his white ones that he came out with were mid, which they are mid. You know what I'm saying? They're just a white Air Force, but he put his little design on the back, and I think he added a little bit of navy blue stitching or something like that. So they're pretty mid, but you know, it's cool. He made his own little shoe, whatever. And yeah, I mean, I guess he got pissed because they called his shoe pretty much trash. But yeah, this one's a lot better though. He did a lot better on this one, a little bit way more out there. Definitely, you know, you can tell it's more of like a Lil Yachty type shoe, you know, because Lil Yachty, he used to have his dreads red back in the day. If you remember that era of Lil Yachty, whenever he first blew up, he had his dreads red. So if you told someone you're wearing these and they're like, oh, what are those? You could be like, oh, these Lil Yachty Air Forces. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I think these are gonna sell out, especially because they have literally Lil Yachty in the name. It's not like it's just like his brand or anything. It literally has his name attached to the shoe. And on this, yeah, literally on the sneakers app it says Lil Yachty second sneaker shines. So yeah, so this second one says, you know, Georgia native, which yeah, Lil Yachty's from Atlanta. So yeah, pretty cool. Also has this Concrete Boys. Oh, it says It's Us on the tongue label, and the insole a hidden Lil Yachty underneath the tongue. And green It's Us hashtag bring home the okay, so it has a cool little details. Also has a hang tag that says It's Us, and like I'm gonna pop it on the screen. It literally says a Lil Yachty on inside of the tongue of the shoe, so that's pretty dope. It has the Concrete Boys on the back, that on the like, cool little detail, and it has it has a cool little box. It's like the same box as these came in, the Jordan 11 breads, which these are pretty clean, size 10. No box, brand new. Hit me up if you're interested in these. These are super tough. They just came out the Jordan 11 lows, but these are better, I think, because they have the Jumpman. I think these hit better, but that's off topic. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to talk about in this video, y'all. I don't want to stretch it out too long. Also, they're coming out that Swarovski Shadow Jordan 1 tomorrow. That's retailing for $1,000, so it's gonna be interesting to see how these do in the aftermarket. Drop a like, drop a sub, hit the notification, all that good stuff. Let me see how long this video's been real quick. All right, y'all, we're gonna exit out this video. Stay tuned for more fire videos. Like I'm coming for show. Stay tuned. Drop a like, drop a sub, hit the notification bell. Stay blessed. Peace.